Innovative content. Global audience.
Hello there. This is srtv Abuja, and it feels good to be here with you once more. This is Education Show. Welcome. I am Joy Ukwem, and I'll be your host on the show as usual. Today, we'll be taking a look at the public secondary school system of education in Nigeria. Growing up, we discovered that in the past, most of our parents attended the public secondary school system of education or mission schools, though majority of them attended the public system of education. And they always tell us, and even without them telling us, we see that they became great men and women. They excelled in their fields of study and are doing practically well. But today, that's not really the case, as most people even prefer their children to just go to the private secondary school system of education because they feel they are doing well, which is even the truth. And we have so many private schools in Nigeria today because the public system of education has failed in one way or the other. But we won't conclude on that completely. I have someone here with me on the studio in the studio. She will be joining us from Makurdi, Benue State. She's a teacher who has been teaching for the past 20 years, and she's currently teaching with the Benue State Civil Service, posted to Mountain Gabriel Secondary School, Makurdi. And I'm talking about Monica Umoki. Monica Omoke, welcome to Education Show with Joy.
Thank you very much, Joy, for having me on your show.
Oh, thank you very much. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. And you?
I'm fine. How is Makurdi?
Makodi is hot as usual, but we are kicking.
Okay, nice to hear that you're kicking. Well,
Yeah.
like I earlier on already said, we will be taking a look at the public system of education in Nigeria today, and with your so many years of experience, 20 years at that, I believe you have so much to tell us about the education system. So far, so good. How has it been? What's your experience like?
Well, like you said, I have taught in the public sector of education for the past 20 years. And during these 20 years, I've worked in over 6 schools within Benue State. Presently, I'm working in Mountain Gabriel Secondary School as an English teacher, and the experience has been quite interesting in these 20 years, but not without challenges. It's been
Okay,
quite interesting. When you leave your home in the morning, you meet these students, whatever burden you carry on you, the moment you interact with these students, there is a way that you feel that air, free air around you. It's been quite interesting.
okay. Ah, it's good to know that it's been an interesting one. So that means you don't mind continuing to teach for years to come. You don't mind continue being a teacher, right?
No, I have grown in within these 20 years. I have grown a very huge passion for teaching.
Oh,
I have grown very passionate about the job. I am enjoying every bit of it, and that is where I want to remain for the remaining part of my active life.
wow. Ah, that's interesting to know. In fact, I think I must commend you for that because these days, when you hear people, I don't want to teach, even people who have read courses with education, they will say, I don't want to teach. How much more teaching in public schools? You said it has been interesting, but how are your students? Because what we hear these days is students from public schools are not doing well. They are not able to make jam to even proceed to universities. People, in fact, what's your number like? Do you have much students? Because you hear people, my child has to go to a private school. Even teachers in public schools take their children to private school because we know they no longer believe in the public school system of education. What's your take on that?
Okay, yeah, that's that notion that it has been like I said, within this 20 years, I've moved around schools, especially public schools. And the general notion that the standard of education is dropping is quite correct, but it does not apply to public schools alone. The whole system, there's a problem with the entire system of the education sector. And I want to tell you with all confidence that it is even better with these public schools because that's where you can get the most well-trained teachers. If you
Okay.
the private schools, they make use of whatever is at their disposal, but in public schools, that's where you get the most well trained teachers. So I don't believe that it is the public system that has affected, that has brought down the level of education to where we are right now.
Okay. But do you have much students? Because
Yes,
these days we
the
hear
school where I'm
private school and so on. You have much students.
Yes, where I'm teaching presently, the school is in the heart of the town. And for people who are conversant with Benue State, it happens to be one of the most prestigious schools around here. We don't have problem of students to a point that after common entrance, after we have picked the best, we now leave the rest for other schools. And this is a public school. So
Wow.
I make bold to tell you that we don't have problem of number of students.
Okay. Well, that's interesting to know. So, meaning you have enough students in your class. What of
Yes.
infrastructure? What of infrastructure? Do you have facilities, the necessary facilities, laboratory, and so on?
Yes, for my school, the way I am presently, we have enough of infrastructures. We have enough classrooms. We have enough laboratories. All the major science courses, we have their labs. In fact, we have enough infrastructure because the school is grant aided. We have two types of public schools. We have those that ideally owned by government. They run it. Everything about it is run by the government. Then we have the grant aided schools, that one which is set up by a proprietor and then handed over to the government for some form of assistance.
Assistance.
Government gives some form of aid, but not in its totality. So I I from my own perspective, we have enough infrastructure.
Okay. What you are saying, for example, that your school now is a mission school, is owned by the Catholic Church, granted
Yes,
to government.
granted
Okay.
by the
But
government.
government, okay. But this is to say that within this period, you said you worked in different schools. Can you tell me the experience you had while in a school that is not grant aided, a school that is owned completely by the government?
Okay, yeah, I have worked in government secondary school here in Makodi. There we have the infrastructure. In case of infrastructures, there are no problems. We have enough buildings. The problem we have in those kind of schools are usually the number of students. We didn't have. I didn't. encounter so many number of students like I have now in this my present station. And I think that has to do with what you earlier said. Most parents prefer to send their wards or children to schools that have already made names. So in terms of infrastructure, government college is one of the best. But when you talk of students, they don't have that much number of students.
Wow, this is really interesting to know because personally, I have that notion that sending a child to a government school is more of wasting of time. Even when we are sending them to private school and we are not even sure, then you now have to send them to government schools. Well, I thank you so much for this information. Then, talking about the manpower, the teachers, do you have enough teachers in these government schools? He- Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, I said, do you have enough teachers in these government schools?
Yes, we have more than enough teachers in go. There are some schools.
Hello, Miss Monica. Are you still with us or we lost her? Well, we'll go on a quick break and be right back to continue.
Thanks. Most of these go. Hello.
Hooray! The next President Show is here again. Are you aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills? Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at superiorradioandtelevision.com or call the number on the screen. The Next President reality TV show, moving politics out of the polite drawing room into the clamor of the streets.
Nomination is ongoing. Contact us at info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or via +234 814 358 2856 or +447 459 5.
Hooray! The Next President Show is here again. Are you aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills? Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at superiorradioandtelevision.com or call the number on the screen. The Next President reality TV show, moving politics out of the polite drawing room into the clamor of the streets.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Show, and we've been talking about the public secondary school system of education. And our guest on the show has been a teacher that's had over 20 years experience in teaching with the public secondary school. Talking about Monica Omoke. And we were having some hitches with network before we went on the break. So hello Monica, are you there?
Yes, Joy, I can hear you.
Okay, please, can you tell us what you were saying just before we start having the network hitches?
I was saying that in terms of workforce, I think the public schools are doing well, because year in, year out, they employ teachers. There is no public school that you will go to that you will not find enough teachers. So in terms of workforce, I don't think that is a problem at all.
And these teachers have the necessary training. I hear education is emphasized as qualification.
Yes, yes. And the mode of employment they do these days, if you don't have the right qualification for teaching, they don't give you they don't employ you anymore. So most of the teachers that are employed
Hello, Monica, are you there?
highly qualified teachers.
Okay. Well, it's really
Mm,
interesting. You have really opened my eyes, and I guess many other people, to the fact that public schools are not
mm.
what we think of them. This is really a good one. Then you have talked about the fact that in the area of teachers, it's okay, infrastructure is available. What of your students?
The students, I think that's where the problem lies. The kind of students we have these days are students that are so lazy that they are not ready to do anything at all. I think that is what is largely responsible for the decay in education right now. The kind of students we have these days are not the kind of students we are used to in our own time. Students do no longer have that culture of reading. They no longer have that culture of reading. They look for the easiest way out. That is why you see them indulging in exam malpractices and the rest of those vices that has affected the level of education to what we have right now.
Okay. Well, you talked
Mm,
about exam malpractice. That will be a topic for another day. It's not something we are
mm,
going to try to look at today. But these
mm.
students now, you don't think there's any solution? There's nothing that can be done concerning this situation of these students.
A lot can be done. Personally, I interact with my students on personal basis. Those of them that I see they have prospects, I encourage them a lot. And even those that feel that they cannot do anything about their situation, I still encourage them. I think if when all hands are on deck, there will be a lot of improvement. If parents on their own side are ready to push the students to their limit, and then we as teachers, we do our best. We make sure that these students don't relent. We try all means possible to make sure that they settle down and then have that culture of reading their books, working for whatever results they aim at the end of their stay in school.
Well,
Mm,
okay, that's a good one. But with the effort you say you're making, do you see any
mm.
results from that? Have you seen any
Yes,
result?
I've
Okay.
come to discover that some of these students, when you push them, you don't allow them to rest at all. You see improvement. I try to do that on personal note. I try to know these children. I try to know them as persons in their personal life. I try to go into their personal life. Some of them have challenges from their homes. Some of them have peer challenges. So when you go, you try to find out the root cause of their problem. You can go, it will go a long way to help them settle down. So when
Okay.
you do that, you see them improving. You see them, when you make it a point of duty, you see them coming up and trying to meet up.
Okay. That's interesting. Then they always say a teacher's reward is in heaven. But let's talk about
Mm.
the salaries. Are your salaries regular?
I started by telling you that. in spite of the fact that the teaching profession is a noble and an interesting one, but they are not without challenges. And that happens to be one of the major challenges we have as public teachers. Our remuneration are entirely in the hands of the government. And then you see, personally, like as I'm talking to you now, I'm being owed about 10 months' salary arrears. You expect
Wow.
somebody to go to class, do all the work, all their work, and then they are not being paid. It's not a good thing. It is one of the things that is bringing down education. The kind of respect we deserve as teachers, we don't get it. The society does not treat us well at all. That is one of our major challenges.
Okay. You are being owed 10 months salary and you are able to
Arrears.
even make yeah, yeah, okay, 10 months salary arrears, and you are able to
Mm,
even make extra effort to get some students to pay attention in class. That's interesting
yes,
to know. But I want
yeah.
to believe
That
that,
is
okay, let me hear you.
No, I want to tell you that I was going to tell you that that's where the passion comes in. It has become my life. I love these children. I love them. I love them like my biological children. So I try to do whatever. Even we as teachers, we have children in schools too, and we are not being paid. So sometimes you don't punish the students for what they don't know anything about. That is why, in spite of everything, we still try to give in our best.
Okay. Best. I would
Mm,
have loved to say I still like to give in my best. But averagely, do
mm.
you think that this like this 10-month salary arrears, this non-regular salary has an effect on other teachers? Not everyone has the kind of passion you have. It's even a unique one.
Yes,
Do you think it has
yes.
an effect on their delivery on the job?
Yes, it does. It does greatly. You can't expect a teacher with an empty stomach to go and stand before the students. There's no way that teacher will be able to deliver. For the fact that I say I am passionate about the job doesn't mean that when I'm pressed to the wall, I don't relax. When the thing becomes so much, even some schools, they are even understanding. They try to do it at the school level to see what they can do to help to aid these teachers so that they'll be able to meet up. And then they even encourage you. Some schools, you hear them say, on a day that you don't have transport to go to work, stay in your house. Because if you go and faint before these students now, it's another ball game altogether. So we are just trying to patch up, even though it's difficult. We are trying to patch up, and it will interest you. I would like you to know that those experiences we had was with the past government. For my state right now, we the present government is trying in the sense that the salaries are prompt, but we are yet to recover from the areas that we are owed from the past government.
But for the amount being paid, does it equate the work being done or the expectation?
If you compare it to other countries, let me say other countries, what we earn here is nothing to write home about. But for us here in Nigeria, there is a standard. I think for me, I'm a Benue State worker, and what I'm being paid, apart from the teaching allowance, is what other state workers are collecting. So I think that is not a problem. But when you compare it to other countries, some states, you will
Or the
see the
federal government?
disparity. Yes, federal government, I think what they pay them is far better than what we at the state level collect.
Okay. Oh, thank you so
Mm.
much, Monica, for all the information and all that you've been telling us. I want to ask you about the government. Do you have anything you feel that the government should do? What are those things you feel they should do to aid the public system of education in Nigeria?
Yes, the government has a lot to do to better the educational system, especially in the public sector. If they can go, like there was one time that one paper was being circulated around that teachers are going to be placed on a special salary scale. Personally, when I saw that thing, I was very, very happy. If they can give that kind of consideration to teachers by placing them on a special salary scale, like other professions, like the police and other professions, it will go a long way. It will help us a lot. That should make teachers their priority, because they are the main thing as far as education is concerned. And then what another thing I would want the government to emphasize on is training and retraining and development of teachers. They don't do that. You see, for the past 20 years, I just told you I've worked for the past 20 years. I can't remember the number of times I've been sent on workshops or training. So if they can do more of that, sending us for training, for self-development and the rest, it will go a long way to help us as teachers. Mm.
Okay. What of private organization, non-governmental organizations?
Mm,
Is there a way you feel they can come in to support? Because the truth is, the government is crying right now. Everything is on the government. Every
mm,
aspect. In fact, they say governance is expensive right now. So I don't know if you have
mm.
any say to the non-governmental
Yes,
organization.
if the non-governmental organizations can come in at this point, I think it will also help
Okay. So
by
they can
training
come in.
teachers and in terms of training, by coming in terms of training and self development of teachers.
Okay.
It will help. Mm,
But the students don't have any problem that they need those ones to come in. Well, from all you've said, practically the students are available, the infrastructure is there, the teachers are
mm,
there. So you don't really have much of a problem except for the retraining and then the wages. From what, if I understand all you've been trying to explain to us today, and I think
mm.
it's a good one. We hope for a better Nigeria. One
And then
last okay.
just to add, public schools are supposed to be funded by government, by the government. But even
Hello, Monica, are you there? Hello, hello, Monica.
more. Hello, Joy.
Hello, Monica. Yes, can you go on?
Yes.
We couldn't hear.
Okay.
We couldn't hear you. You can go on now. Hello, Monica. Hello, Miss Monica. Are you still there? We've been talking to. Yes, I can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
We, and please, we didn't hear the last statement you were making. I want to hear you. We've been talking to Monica Omoke, a teacher with 20 years experience of teaching with the public primary and public secondary school, I beg your pardon, in Benue State. And she has been telling us her experience and every other thing we need to know about the system of education. We will go on a quick break, and when we come back, we will wrap up the show for today. Please stay with us and don't go away.
Hooray! The next President Show is here again. Are you aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills? Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at superiorradioandtelevision.com or call the number on the screen. The next President reality TV show, moving politics out of the polite drawing room.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the final lap of Education Show with Joy, and this is SRTV Abuja, and our guest has been Monica Omuke from all the way, talking to us all the way from Makurdi, the Benue State capital. Hello, Monica, are you there?
Yes, Joy.
Okay, you were saying something, you were adding to what you already said, and the network's there misbehaving. Can we hear you now?
Yes, I was saying that when I saw the... Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Joy?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I was saying that when I saw the budget for this year on education, I was highly impressed. If the government can go all out to put more funds in the educational sector, it will go a long way to help us. Thank you, Joy.
Okay, so the government should fund education better. And well, at least I like the fact that there's a positive one coming from the budget of the day. Well, viewers at home, that's the much we can take on Education Show with Joy this beautiful Friday afternoon. Please join us same time, same station next week. And Miss Monica, thank you very much for finding time to join us on this show today. You can follow us on our social media handles scrolling on your screen at the moment, and we are also open to location rentals and equipment rentals. You can follow us on your social media handle and also the number on your screen, and get to our DM and we get talking. Bye for now. I'm Joy Ube.
Hooray! The next President Show is here again. Are you aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills?